My name is Jennifer Quick. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. This is been a long time in the waiting. I've been wanting to start a program online for many years. My students have been asking me for it, and now I'm finally doing it. So, yay! And thank you for coming and joining me tonight and letting me share this with you. So I'm just going to give you a little background on me. I started practicing Usui Reiki. I got my master's in 2009. And I started teaching friends and family out of my home for a few years. And then in, I believe it was 2012, I met a owner of a holistic wellness center here where I live. And we joined up and I started doing Reiki sessions and healing sessions through the wellness center. She was a little bit of a different kind of situation than you would normally find, because she was an acupressurist. So she did acupressure massage, she did Chinese medicine, and she was a psychiatric nurse was her background. She actually worked in mental hospitals for a very long time, psychiatric hospitals. So through that center, I got exposed to a number of both medical, physical conditions and mental illness that I probably would not have experienced if I had just been a normal Reiki practice, right? And I wouldn't have been comfortable as a normal Reiki practitioner dealing with those cases if I hadn't had a professional psychiatric nurse at my side as we went through this and learning how to deal with these things. So it was a very unusual relationship and experience for me to have as a practitioner, but I loved it, of course. And of course, we did a lot of just for fun, pleasure, you know, and people who weren't as ill as some of the more extreme cases. I also dealt with a lot of people that were transitioning in life. So people who were terminal, we dealt a lot with terminal patients, but we also dealt with people who were suffering so much in either emotionally or mentally or physically that they were wanting to end their life. So I ended up having a lot of conversations and doing a lot of work around the transition of death. And living and what it means and stuff like that. So it was a very unusual background. Also back in about 2009, I did my first training session, the training program in the Akashic records. And that was an amazing program. Really stretched me out of my comfort zone. I am not naturally gifted. I am not a psychic natural. Like, I did not have these great visions or anything else before I got into this work. I was very mechanical when I first started learning how to do this. And it took a lot for me to get the confidence in it. So I'll tell you the story that gave me the confidence to know that what I was doing actually was working, because it really was a phenomenal thing. So normally when you do readings in the Akashic records, most people know them as past life issues, and a lot of past life stuff comes up. And usually if you go to an Akashic record reading, someone will tell you what soul group you came from. Maybe they'll tell you what a job you did between lives. They'll tell you maybe what your life purpose is. And then they'll tell you some past life issues that are still affecting you. That's kind of how it goes. And they'll uncover a story of a past life. Well, when you tell somebody about a past life, they can't really verify it, right? They kind of got to take your word for it. But when through the Akashic records, you can also deal with present life. And so when I first learned how to do this, I was doing the past life thing. I was going through it, doing it very mechanically. I had a framework and a protocol, and I followed it step by step, and there it is. And I look at my first readings, and they are so, this is what the book said. And that's what I was doing. So I remember this one time I got a lady who, I had a website. I wasn't doing a lot of these, mostly friends and family and whoever would let me. And but I did put up a website. And one day I got notice of a payment, and then I got an email that gave me this lady's current name, the name she was given at birth, and the place that she was born, and the date she was born. That's it. That 4 pieces of information. That was all I got. There was nothing else in the email. There was no story. There was no nothing, no pictures. I didn't know this woman, nothing. Had that. And I did a reading. And as I did this reading, I actually came up with current life. So the woman I was reading for was in her 60s. And what came up in the healing and the reading was this incident that happened at the age of 27 when she was in a marriage-like relationship. And I'll explain that in the program, but she was in a marriage-like relationship that was abusive. And this man had abused her, and I had a full description of her being choked, a lot of very physical abuse, and the things that he would say to her, and the programs that he put into her mind about herself. And they were still running in the back of her mind. And this is over 30 years later. And I had to phone this woman up and talk with her, because back then I did it by phone, and she was from England. So I was actually phoning overseas to England, and tell her about this current life event that was still affecting her. And this man was still coming in and out of her life, right? And I had to tell her this, and I agonized over delivering this so much, because to come and tell somebody something about that they can verify, it was really scary. It's one thing to tell a story. It's another to verify it, that they can verify this, because it's her memories. So anyhow, I finally got up the courage, and I finally went ahead and I gave her the delivery. And she just went silent at first, and then she says, "I can't believe you discovered that." And everything I told her, she said, was absolutely true. The things that he would do, the things that he said to her, and the fact that she could still hear those programs in the back of her mind, the fact that at certain periods of time throughout her life, he had come back and done certain things to her. All of it she verified in her life. I was blown away, and that was the moment that I knew without a doubt that what I was doing was real. I didn't understand it. Didn't really understand it. I was still very mechanical, but wow, I realized the level of power it was. So anyhow, I carried on with that work, and I did that work online, and I had a lot more confidence in it after that, obviously. And I've checked with the woman since then, and the program that was playing in the back of her mind, and some of the things that had carried over from the incident, had actually cleared from her life. She felt a great expansion in her life, and that had closure to the relationship. And I spoke to her about 5 years after the original reading that I had with her. Was about the last time I talked to her, which quite a number of years ago now. And he had never been back in her life. She never heard from him again, nothing. So what I had done seemed to have worked. So that was what gave me the confidence to know that what I was doing was working. Even if my understanding wasn't fully there, I still was managing to do something. So I was just flabbergasted, really. It was amazing. So anyhow, that was kind of my history. I carried on. I did Reiki as a separate, everything was very mechanical. I carried on with more training. I carried on and did a lot with Reiki. I took different Reiki courses, Akashic Reiki, Usui Tibetan, Holy Fire, Karuna. I did a bunch of different Reiki programs. I ran Reiki shares in my community. And I worked with the Holistic Wellness Center. And then also on this other side, of which I did through the internet, I worked with Akashic Records. And I did readings for people all over the world. It was amazing. I like England, Prague, Australia. Like I've been in a lot of places around the world with these readings. And so anyhow, that's what I carried on. Eventually, about somewhere 5 years-ish ago, I started merging. So I had taken a lot more courses in the Akashic Records. I've actually done over a dozen different trainings in the Akashic Records of how to read energy and how to process energy, along with a lot of spiritual studies and a few other modalities over the years that I've learned. And anyhow, about 5 years ago, I finally had that breakthrough in myself where I started amalgamating these treatments. And I started, when I was doing Reiki, I started bringing in some of what I was learning from and doing with the Akashic Record. And I found that the healing ability of Reiki was just amped up when I went into the soul record, and I healed there at the same time. So I started merging the two together. And when I was teaching, because I was teaching Reiki as well, and my students, I found more and more in my classes that I was teaching my students how to manage their energy field. So I was going past the teachings of Reiki, and I was going a lot more into this energy management and into the Akashic records and teaching them what is going on with people and how to help them. And the more I taught it, it seemed like my students kept asking for more and more of me to give that. So, and I kept having that draw, and I kept trying to put my classes more and more and more. And the Reiki classes I was teaching were big. Like the amount of information that was coming in. They'd get the manual from the Usui Reiki manual, but then they'd also get this pamphlet from me with a mass amount of other information that was being added in. And so anyhow, that's kind of, I rode like that for a long time, and I had this calling. I've been wanting to put it together as to something to help people do this. And so when COVID hit, this whole pandemic and everybody sent home, I had, previous to this, in the last year, I had taken some time off and worked with my family. And then I went and had started to go back to work, where I was doing classes a lot, teaching people about energy and teaching people about what was going on the planet right now. And I remember in January, I launched a program that was Soul Evolution. I can't even remember what it was called right now, but anyhow, it was talking about what's going on with our souls as we're evolving. We talk about this great conscious awakening, and I was doing classes teaching people what is the soul evolution that we're going through and how do we go through it. And so anyhow, then COVID hit and we all went home. And I started talking a lot more on YouTube. So you can actually go on my YouTube channel, and there's a lot of videos in there, sort of small snippets of how to deal with the different energy issues that were going on, as well as what's going on with the earth frequency and things like that. So, sorry, I'm still watching for people here coming in. Just hold on one second. Okay, so people trying to get in and can't, but anyhow, they'll take care of that. So anyhow, so I was doing the soul evolution and started talking about that. And so then when pandemic hit and we all went home, I kind of went in and did my thing. And I got a calling from my guides and a very strong passion in me that this was finally the time for me to put this together. And so that's when Akashic Reiki was born. So what is Akashic Reiki? It is the entire level 1 Usui Reiki program, as is known and taught by William Rand at the International, as is approved by the CRA, the Canadian Reiki Association. I've been a member of them for a long time, I don't know, 10 years or something. And it's the same one that is recognized as Western Reiki. All right, that's what it's known as. So this is Usui Reiki is the foundations of what we're teaching. And the reason why I'm teaching the Usui Reiki program is because it is such a powerful way of grounding spiritual energy into our physical bodies. So that's why I'm doing that. Then after that, I'm teaching about the Akashic records and the things that we can do in the Akashic records to free our energies now and to promote healing now. And this is what we're really being called to do. So my work with the Akashic records, particularly over the last 5 years, has really moved a lot away from doing past life. And I work a lot more with what's called the energy matrix. And the energy matrix is looking at a little bit more of how we are actually showing up in our lives and what actions can we take today to align ourselves energetically with our 5th dimensional and higher being that we are, and bring that into our 3rd dimensional beings, our physical bodies. So that's the energy matrix. And to do that, there's certain you need to clear, there's emotional, there's programs, there's beliefs, there's a biology factor to it, that our cells are needing to be adjusted. We have chemistry working through our body that holds our emotions in there. We need to learn how to move those. So it kind of encompasses everything from a spiritual aspect right down to the biology of it. And it's bringing it together. That is basically what Akashic Reiki is, and that's what this program is going to teach people how to do. Level 1 is really focused on teaching you how to heal yourself, but you will also learn how to work with other people. I do have a level 2 that is under the workings with right now, and I'm hoping to have that up before the end of summer. And then I also have a master's program that I am putting together. I have all the outlines for that I'm hoping to have out by the end of the year. So this is going to be a complete program. The Usui Reiki that is taught, I want to confirm that it is the complete level 1 system recognized all over the world. Okay? So, and you are actually receiving a certificate that shows you're a qualified Reiki practitioner, student level, level 1. But all through the program, I will keep that structure in place. So if you take level 1 and then you decide to go off and do a level 2 Reiki, you won't learn the Akashic side, but you will carry on with your Reiki learning in the physical. I hope that makes sense to people and how this is designed. The program is actually all online for the most part. All the lessons are online, and I'm planned live sessions. So I've booked off the next 3 weeks. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I will have a live Zoom where I will do some of the training. So that's where the actual attunement to Reiki will happen, is actually next Tuesday night. And I'll do some of the live teachings and things like that at that time. And it's every Tuesday, Thursday I did 3 weeks. And and each one of those sessions will be recorded and put up into the program, so you'll have full access to it. I have also, the platform and setup of what I've done for the program is paid for an entire year, so I can guarantee you will have access to the program for a complete year. You can go in and out of it as much as you like. I have no intentions of ending it. I'm only saying a year because that's what I can confirm. But the way I have felt most supported in my education and my spiritual development has been through programs that don't kick me out with a term to it. So I don't plan on doing that with anybody else. This program, as long as it is online, you will have access to it. All right. And the same, I am going to do monthly support calls. At this time, I'm going to guarantee that 1 year of monthly support calls where you can call in and listen to other people's questions as well as enter in your own questions, and I will answer them as best I can. And if I can't answer them, I'll find out the answer for you. And I am guaranteeing that for a year. Again, I have no intentions of canceling this after the year. You will, so long as I am doing them, you will be welcome to join me in them. You will be participating in them, okay? I want you to know that I'm guaranteeing you everything for the year, but I have no intentions of cutting you off, okay? I'm just covering myself with that. Now, this is a brand, I've never done this online before. I have never actually merged everything together the way I have with this program. So this is the first that I'm actually launching it. And I am hoping that you see the value in it and join me with it, which is why I'm also offering an incentive to everybody. I want to make sure you get the most out of it. I'm looking for you guys to give me feedback and grow with me as I go here. I am gifting anybody who purchased this program from this call, like before next, I have to say probably before to Monday night. As long as you purchase the program before Monday night, so that you have time to review a couple things for Tuesday night, then I will gift you a 30-minute coaching call with me. So this is where I will dial in and look at your energy matrix and help you move through whatever you're working through in your life, right? This is actually the sessions that I offer online to people, and I'm gifting that to each one of you as part of the program if you join. Plus, I'm going to start a Facebook group where we can interact with each other. You can work with other people. You can contact me. I'll try and monitor it as much as I can, at least once a day, possibly more times a day, to answer questions and give support. And that's where I'm going. So, oh, and I was going to say, too, I am giving you 100% money back guarantee. So if you sign up to the program, You complete all the lessons to the end of the program within 8 weeks. Okay, so I think it's 8 weeks, I said. If you do that and you find that you didn't receive any value from the program, I'll refund your money. I'll completely refund your money. So that is what I'm doing. I'm hoping that, like I said, I'm doing that because this is all new. I'm learning as I go on presenting it, and I'm looking forward to the feedback, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys. All right. Boy, I talk really fast because I felt like I have a lot to say. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what is going on the planet right now. There's a lot of, obviously, there is a massive amount of chaos that we're seeing, and we're seeing it all over the world. This has actually been such an unusual world event, unlike ever before. We've had in human history, we've had pandemics, we've had viruses that have gone around the world and have impacted the world, but we've never been interconnected in such a way that it can happen this fast, and that measures can be taken on such a global scale. And we're getting news so fast all the time. Plus, we're sharing our ideas and concepts. So there's a ton of conspiracy about it. There's a lot of like, well, what about this? What about that? And this scientist says that. This medical professional says that. But, so there's so much chaos going on. There is also, with all that confusion, there's people reacting funny, right? So why is all this happening? And I'm going to tell you, this is a really good thing. What you're doing right now is you are watching history unfold. From a spiritual perspective, this has already happened. Okay? They know where this is going. The timeline that we are on is an evolution of our souls. So what I'm going to explain is that right now, the earth itself is transitioning. It's evolving from a third dimensional physical existence into the fifth dimension. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first got interested in spirituality was about the mid-'80s. And I can remember a couple of things that have always confused me. One is that the earth is raising its vibration and moving into the fifth dimension. I didn't know what that meant. I've never really understood what that meant. The second thing I always heard is that our souls chose to be here on earth at this time in an incarnation because it is the most exciting time in history that a soul can experience. And I always looked at that, or I always heard that, and looked at the news and the world that was unfolding, and I said, why? It didn't make sense to me. There's so much. But now, after all the learning and the spiritual growth that I have done and the communication I've done with my light family, I get it. Okay? So this is what is going on. This earth itself is transitioning back to, it's actually going back to a fifth dimensional aspect. The earth originally was created as a fifth dimensional being. And it transitioned down into a third dimension, which is our physical that we've known, in order to experience creation at its slowest point. So at fourth dimensional aspect is where time and space is held. At fifth, there is no time and there is no space. It's just all information. That's where our Akashic records are held. Fourth dimensional, this is what we often refer to as the veil. Some people refer to it as the veil. And it is time and space. And the reason time and space was created was actually to slow down and stretch out the creation process. So we are divine creators. We are part of the unity consciousness, the consciousness that is all, and we are creators. Everything we do is constantly creating. Since our simple observations, quantum physics is discovering that our observation is the act of creation itself. And so time and space slowed down that process, or gave the illusion of slowing and stretching out, so that we could experience it in a slow feedback kind of system so that we can actually fully understand the different expressions of consciousness. That is the whole purpose. So when Earth came down into the third dimension and this fourth dimensional aspect was created, that's the purpose, is for that we can experience creation. And we can exercise our free will as to how to create, what to create. And that is what we're doing. So in the third dimension, our entire world is based on, well, this entire aspect of expression, which is often referred to as the Earth experiment, is a duality system. And particularly at third dimension, it is very much about duality. It is about this or that. And as the Earth is evolving, we have the opportunity at this point to evolve as well. All right? And the choice of evolving is to heal our choices from the past, heal the misalignments in our energy field so that we can raise our vibrations, taking our physical bodies with us into the fifth dimension. This isn't something we're leaving behind. I used to have a lot of spiritual people or students have a perspective that they want to escape. It's called spiritual escapism. And they actually avoid having their physical lives because they're busy living in the spiritual realm. It's more fun up there. It's easier to be up there. And so that's called spiritual escapism. What we're being called to do is not escape. We're actually not leaving our bodies behind. We're going to take our bodies with us as we move into this fifth dimensional aspect. So this is the whole process that we're going through. Why am I so confident about this? I'm confident about this because the science is actually proving it. And if you know what to look for, you can see it everywhere. So one of the very foundational things is if you watch the Schumann resonance. That is the frequency of the earth vibration that's going out. It is rising. It has been rising for a number of years. As a matter of fact, since about 87, it is believed in the soul evolution community that Earth has actually passed into the no return. It's on its way into the fifth. There is no turning back. It's going to happen. All right. It is raising its consciousness. It is becoming the fifth dimensional planet. The Schumann resonancy just keeps going up and up and up. And in the last, actually every year, it has just, that increase has gotten steeper and steeper and steeper. And if you watch the Schumann resonance over the last 6 months, it is incredible how much it is increasing. The vibrancy is increasing. They also have the ability to measure human consciousness and the vibration that we are giving out as a collective of humanity on the planet. What are we giving out in a vibration? Because we are part of the earth vibration, right? And what are we giving out? The fact is they've measured that the human consciousness is increasing. That frequency range is increasing, just as the earth is. It's actually in balance. The two are going up together. So what does this mean? The studies, what they've done is when you have a frequency, when you increase the vibrational rate of a frequency, if it's going up, it becomes more complicated pattern. If it goes down, it becomes a more simplified pattern. They've also measured this with emotion. When emotion goes up, it goes into the emotions of love and compassion and caring and joy. The frequency becomes more complex. If you move in the energies of sadness and anger and resentment, it actually lowers your frequency. All right, this has been proven. So right now, it's on the rise. Earth is on the rise. Human consciousness is on the rise. We know that when frequency increases, it is more love, it is more compassion, it is more caring, it is more joy. So scientifically, they've shown that. What you are witnessing right now in the world is the chaos that happens in between frequencies. So whenever you raise or lower a frequency, in between, there is chaos. As the old structure breaks down and the new structure reforms, there is a complete chaos. One way to think about this is if you look at a butterfly and a caterpillar. When a caterpillar goes in and builds its cocoon, if in the middle of the metamorphosis process of that caterpillar turning into the butterfly, if you were to open that cocoon, it is a pool of goo. The old structure is broken down and the new has not formed. That is what we are seeing right now. The old systems are breaking down and the new systems are coming into place. That's what you're watching happening right now. When we look and see these world events happening, what we are seeing is the resistance to the change. So why is the rioting? Because they're resisting the change. All right? Why is this whole pandemic and fear? It's raising where our shadows are in our society. And all we have to do is see them. We see the shadows rise. We feel the vibrations of them. It's really hard not to feel the vibrations, right? I don't know about you, but I felt waves of emotions that I'm just like, why am I feeling that? Why another wave, especially at the beginning of all this pandemic. It was just wave after wave of these intense emotions. And I was like, what's going on? I'm not having these emotions, but I'm feeling them. And it was the waves of these emotions that are being cleared from the energy field of the third dimension as we're moving into the fifth. So this is what's actually going to happen. So this is what our process is going through, and that's what you're seeing unfold. What we are being told to do by the light beings that are working with us, our light family that is communicating with us. And if you watch, if you go on YouTube or you go on Gaia TV or Freedom Platform or anything, any of these shows, and different, any of these different programs that are out there, there's a lot of people channeling. It seems like channeling is more and more and more people channeling these messages from our light body, because as we raise our vibration, as we raise our awareness, we are actually communicating more with our light family. So, and what they are telling us is that this is happening regardless of what we do. We don't have to worry about what to do. There's nothing for us to do. This is just going to happen. And our only job here is to actually feel it, observe it, and let it move on. It's through our observation and acknowledgement. We see it, it moves on. And to carry forward, holding that vibration of compassion and caring and love, right? That's what we're being called to do. That's all we have to do. And that's, the earth is going to move into this higher existence. So there's another aspect when we bring it down to a little bit more of the human experience. So what our light family is telling us is to maintain the vibrations of compassion. There's something else a little bit going on. Not all of humanity is vibrating at the same space, at the same frequency. There are beings, there are people on this planet that are not ready. Their souls have not finished learning and experiencing the third dimension. And they are not going to rise into the fifth. They're actually going to leave. Those are the people that are dying right now. A lot of them anyhow. Those people are not going to, no, not everybody that is dying is staying in the third dimensional realm, all right? So let's not put that together. But there are people on the planet now that will not ascend to the fifth dimension. They still need to have more experience at the third dimension, all right? These people are going to end up reincarnating on another third dimensional planet. They won't be reincarnating on Earth. They won't have any more life cycles on Earth. They'll go to another third dimensional planet for continuing their experience at third dimension. Those of us that are ready to ascend are going to stay with Earth and ascend to that fifth dimensional existence and create a new world, right? We're going to evolve this world into a fifth dimensional world. So that's where we're going. Those of us that are involved in spirituality at this time, we have come and incarnated right now to be the leaders, to be the healers, to be the light that is showing the way. That's what we're being called to do. We're the light that is showing the way for the others to follow. We're the front line. We're the leaders that are taking humanity into a whole new way of living. That is a big element of what I will be teaching in Akashic Reiki as well, is helping you work to be healed yourself and to be a light to help others in this ascension process. If you've been called to hear this, whether you decide to take my course or not, you are, I can guarantee you, just the fact that you are here and listening to this and open to the spirituality and movement and have an awareness of this conscious awakening, you are one of those leaders. You are one of those light souls that have come into the planet at this time to help all of humanity ascend, just by being you. All right? Just by being you. And we thank you for it. Very, very much. Somebody has a question here. What times on Tuesdays and Thursdays? I'm going to do them, right now I have them scheduled 7 to 9. If it turns out those aren't good times for people, I'm open to adjustment, but right now I have them scheduled as 7 to 9, and they will be recorded and available for replay. All right, they'll be part of the program forever. And then there's another question, asking people to mute yourselves, and then if you want to talk, you can unmute versus me muting you. Okay, so hopefully I've not confused anybody on what we, by talking about where we are right now. I hope you, yes, Pacific Standard Time, thank you. Yes, I'm a little ways, about an hour or so outside of Vancouver, BC. That's where I'm from. So everything is in Pacific time for me. So that's where our evolution is going. That's why we are in the middle of a soul evolution. That is why our souls have decided to be here right now. And you have to remember as well, from a soul perspective, there's no such thing as death. There is simply the experience. We are going through an experience. And actually, as humans, we often fear death. And we have, we actually hold on so tightly to this human life, which is such an incredible experience for a soul to go through at this density level, to be creating at this density level of energy. If somebody could just mute, I think there's still a little bit of background noise going on. Yeah. Where was I in? So as soul to come into the third dimension, it's an incredible experience. It is also a very heavy, dense level of consciousness, and it's difficult. A lot of souls find it very difficult. From what my light family tells me, the process of going through birth of a soul descending down to the third dimension is far, far more difficult of an experience for a soul than is the passage going from that we go through with death, where we go back up to the higher vibrations that are easier. And yet here we fear it so much. It's actually the transition into this world that's far more difficult than the transition out. So anyhow, I don't remember why I brought that up at the moment. Third dimension. So, okay, our soul is coming down here onto Earth and being here at this time. So when you start looking at that from this perspective, that the soul does not die. We carry on forever. We are part of this incarnation cycle that we've done. We've had many lives before in order to have an experience, in order to understand the greater consciousness that we truly are, right? And now at soul level, there is no time and space, right? It's all at the same moment. And so when a soul decides, this is one of the most exciting moments in human history on the planet Earth that a soul could experience. That's why we have so many souls incarnated here on Earth. And I hope you can, once I understood that concept, I went, oh, that makes sense. I can understand now why it's so exciting for a soul to be here right now. Right? We look and we see so much fear and everything rising, but there is no fear to be had. It's all good. It's an experience. And this is one of the most intense, exciting experiences to go through. Somebody's asked here, what if we are already attuned to Usui Reiki level 1 and 2? I have to say, taking Akashic Reiki will just make it easier for you having already been attuned to Reiki. And what you'll learn is the Akashic side of things and how to bring them together. So yes, you will be reviewing, and obviously you'd be able to go through them quickly, those lessons on the Usui part of it. But there is no, there's no discount or there's no separation between the two. All right. So you'll be building on part of the program is something you've already learned. That's just the way it is. It's not a highly priced program. So that's kind of how it goes. And I called on you. I really hope you do decide to take it, because I call on you to, because your understanding of this process will probably lend a lot of value to others that are taking the course that maybe haven't done Usui in the past, haven't been trained in Reiki in the past. So this course is taking you to a whole nother level of healing. And it's going to expand on what you already understand as Reiki. And the same as when I do the Akashic Usui Reiki level 2. When that comes out, yes, you will relearn the basics of the Usui level 2 program, but there is so much integration with the Akashic side of it that the two need to be integrated as they go along. So it'll be the same thing for level 2 as well. All right. And again, with the masters, there's a whole other thing with the masters when that program comes out, because it's designed for the two to go together. Anyhow, if you have any other questions on that, I'm happy to answer them later. Now we're going on here. I think I've talked a fair bit. Does anybody have any questions that they want to throw at me about the material that I've covered? I've kind of touched on a number of different topics in various areas. Is there anything anybody would like me to go a little more in depth into? Nobody's speaking. So I'm going to say we're all good. What I'd like to do now is take you through a meditation. Obviously, it's going to take me a minute to move out of one zone in my brain and move into the meditation zone. And I want to talk to you about what it is that I'm going to do tonight. I'm just pulling up my notes on it so that I make sure. Of course, they disappeared. Why did they disappear? There they are. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm going to take you through a meditation tonight. And this is going to, some of you may understand it, some of you may not. You may understand parts of it. You might not, some of you might not understand any of it. All I want you to do is to let go and just allow yourself to follow along as best that you can, listening to my voice. I do not have background music, so hopefully there's no interruptions here, but there shouldn't be. If you want to put on the background music right now, go for it. I'll give you guys a few minutes if anybody wants to do that, but I want to make sure you hear me because it is a guided meditation. Most of the meditations I do will be guided. right? And there'll be time for spirits to talk to you, for your light family. You're going to, part of the Akashic Reiki program is you're going to meet your light family. I'm going to connect you with your light family. I'm going to connect you and clear your healing path as well. So in this meditation tonight, I wanted to take you through a little meditation, which is a healing, that is going to connect you with the earth, and we're going to go up into Creator, and we're going to go into the Akashic records, and we're going to do a healing on you. All right? And I'm going to walk you through this. And what I've chosen, because I can't deal with everybody individually, obviously we're in a group right now, I have chosen some programs, or I've been guided towards some programs that are pretty standard that we hold in our energy field because of all sorts of incidences throughout time, right? Oh, this is one other thing I wanted to explain about healing. Through the experiences we've had of lifetime after lifetime, we have made choices, right? Every action that we do is a choice. Everything we think is a choice. Every decision we make is a choice. And every time we make a choice that is not aligned to our soul from fifth dimension and up, every time we make a choice not aligned with that, we basically put a kink in our energy channels. We put a restriction to our energy channels. The bigger the misalignment, the bigger the impact is on our energy channels. And we reduce how much life force energy, how much consciousness is coming through us. And we reduce our abilities. We close down our divinity. All right? And right now, we are being called to open those channels up, to embrace who we really are. There is an incredible amount of science coming out right now, epigenetics, quantum physics, and there's another big one, biology. There's different biology beliefs. I forget what the other ones are. But anyhow, there's a lot of science studies coming out right now that are really starting to understand the power of the human body. Everything you see taking place in our society right now, everything from the internet to transportation, our energy powers, all of that, we're capable of doing that and way more in our physical bodies. And the science is actually showing our abilities in it's in our biology. And they're discovering that. Excuse me. So anyhow, oh. Part of Akashic Reiki is bringing us back to that power that we're born with. I'm going to leave that because that's apparently a bigger subject. I need to cover it another day. Bring back my voice so I can do this meditation. All right. So the programs that we're going to remove is all around our ability to heal, our natural abilities, our connection with spirit, and our connection with love, our caring, compassion. It's another thing I'm going to teach quite a bit about is compassion. It is the key to unlocking our human potential. And that part of the Akashic Reiki program is I am going to teach you how to do that. All right? How to unlock it. And what is the practice to do it. So anyhow, get comfortable, and hopefully if anybody wanted music, they got it going now, and everybody's ready for this meditation. And hopefully my voice comes back here. Okay. Always takes me a minute to settle down. So get comfortable in your chair. Get comfortable in your body. Kind of stretch out your shoulders, kind of your neck, and move your hips and settle down. Just kind of get the wiggles out of your body. It's always good to get that energy moving in your body. Put both feet flat on the ground. If you happen to be in a chair that you can't reach the ground, that's okay. Just don't cross them. All right, we don't want your body crossed right now. That's for another purpose. There is some healing modalities that you can work with that actually cross the body. Again, I'm just double checking. Hopefully nobody more. Just got rid of my phone, so nobody else comments on that. Normally I would never answer my phone when I'm in a session like this, but because this is a public event and there were so many people that signed up for it, and I know that sometimes there's trouble getting on, that's why I've responded to them. When I'm doing live sessions in our training and stuff like that, I will not be responding to those things. It will be us. Okay? So I just apologize for doing that in this session. It's an exception that I'm doing. So anyhow, get feet flat on the ground. Take some big, deep breaths. Breathe deep. Bring your breath deep down into your body. Close your eyes. When we close our eyes, it allows us to go within and connect with our body and how we feel. And I want you to put your focus into how you feel. How does it feel, the breath coming in when you breathe in? Feel it on the exhale. Feel your chest expand. And then kind of, as you exhale again, be aware of the breath coming in and out of your body. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your muscles to relax. Your spine soften, settle into your hips. Feel the earth under your feet. Bring your awareness into your body. In this moment, you are safe. In this moment, you are loved. Feel your breath. Concentrate on feeling. Any thoughts that come into your mind, let them just keep on going out of your mind. Don't attach to them. Just bring your focus back to your body. Feel your body. Big breath in. Slow exhale. Let your muscles relax. Feel your body. In this moment, you are safe. In this moment, you are loved. Here and now, you are safe. Feel your heart. Feel your body. Feel your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the breath coming into the body, filling the lungs. You are safe. Feel the breath leave your body. You are loved. You are safe. You are in this moment, here and now. Feel your body. You are here and now. Feel your body. Feel your breath. You are here and now. You are safe. You are loved. Breathe deep and exhale. Put your awareness in your heart. Feel the energy in your heart. With every breath, that energy grows stronger. Feel love, feel caring, feel joy. Feel the sensation of joy and love and caring, appreciation, gratitude for the world. Feel that in your heart. Take a big, deep breath. Feel that gratitude. Feel the love. I'm just going to take a moment. Just keep breathing for the moment and feeling the body. Just feel your body full of love. Feel joy. Okay. All right. Now I want you to feel that breath. Feel it go into your solar plex, down through your torso. Filling your solar plex with the breath. Down, lower into your torso, into your sacral. Feel your breath. Feel the energy in your body going all the way through your torso, down to the base of the spine, into your root chakra. Feel the energy. Feel your breath, breath of life coming in and out of your body. Go down, bring your awareness down through your legs, bring your love down through your legs. Down through your feet and into the earth. And send our love into the earth. All the beautiful soil and the plants. Go deep into the earth, through the rocks and the sand of the earth. Bring your awareness down. Bring that love that you have for earth down. Deeper, deeper into the earth, through underground waters, through caves of crystals, deeper and deeper into the earth. Through bigger rocks and rock plates, and down deep, deep into the earth. Through the lava, deep, deeper, lower into the earth. Deeper you go. As you come towards the center of the earth, you notice a beautiful, bright light. This is the very heart of the earth. This is the life force of the earth. Beautiful white light radiates outwards from the very center of the earth. Feel that love of Mother Earth. Feel the life force of the earth washing upon you. Feel your connection with the earth. Feel your connection with all the life that is throughout the earth. Allow that life force energy of the earth, that love, that caring, that beautiful energy of the earth, let it wash through you. And as you bring your awareness up from the center of the earth, back up through the layers of the earth, you're traveling with that life force energy of the earth itself. Up it goes, through the layers, through the rocks, beautiful life force energy of earth coming up, through the soil, through the gravel, through underground waters and caverns, up higher through sand and gravel, through soil. Beautiful life force energy, and it radiates all over the planet. You can feel the energy of the earth just radiate out all over the planet. It goes through every plant, every tree, every blade of grass, every animal and insect. Life is all over the earth. And that life force energy is in you. It comes in through your feet and it goes up through your legs. It goes into your root chakra and it lights up your root chakra with life force energy. And it moves higher into your sacral chakra up through your torso. And it lights up the sacral. And then it moves higher into the solar and it lights up the solar. Beautiful life force energy. from the earth itself. You are one with the earth. You are part of the earth. And it continues to come up higher into your heart, filling your heart with beautiful earth life force energy. Take a big deep breath. Feel it. Feel that beautiful earth energy. You are one with the earth, with every living thing on the earth. You are the earth itself. Breathe deep into your lungs. Feel your breath coming into your body. Feel that love grow in your heart. Feel that connection with the earth and all the life that's on the earth. Breathe deep. And that lovely life force energy continues to rise up into your throat chakra, clearing away all the energies of the throat chakra, making it bright and beautiful. And up further into your sixth energy center, which is your third eye. And again, it glows brighter and brighter with life force energy. The energy continues up into your crown chakra at the top of your head, and it radiates out beautiful white light. Beautiful life force energy. And still higher it goes, all the way above to about 2 feet above your body, into your eighth chakra. This is the chakra that connects you with the universal energies. This is where universal wisdom comes into you. This is our eighth chakra, and it lights up with life force energy from earth. And still higher we go out into the cosmos, into this empty void of space where all potential lies. Higher and higher we go through the void of all potential, into the blackness, into the darkness of all potential. Higher and higher we go until we pass all through it to the light. And then we pass into the light, and as we go through the light once again, and we feel its warmth, and we feel its life, and the life force of earth is with us as we go higher, and we go through the jelly-like colorful substance of the laws, the universal laws. And we pass through the jellies, the colorful jelly substance of the laws, and we continue to go higher and higher and higher until finally we pass through this jelly, colorful law, universal laws, and we move back into the beautiful purity of light. And this, as we pass out of the laws and into the light, we become one with the source of all creation. We are at the center of the universe. We are at the point where everything begins and everything returns. You are surrounded. You are filled within. You are completely at one with the divine consciousness that is all there is. This is life force energy of the entire universe and beyond. Take a big deep breath. Feel Creator's energy through your body. Welcome the divine Creator, the union that is you. Feel the expression that is you, that is an expression of the divine Creator itself. Call upon the divine Creator. We call upon the Creator to heal our energy channels, to open us to the healing of divine life force energy. Call upon the Creator to release all suffering that we are holding in our energy fields, in our expression. We feel the divine love. Breathe deep. All healing comes from the divine Creator. We are just the witness. It is through our witnessing that we connect this healing with the heaviest density of the third dimension, our earth realm. Big deep breath and feel that energy. With your breath, allow the life force energy of Divine Creator to come into your body, filling your body, being at one with your body. Big breath, clearing your body, healing it. And now you become aware of your individual expression of the creation that you are, and you bring your consciousness back through the light, through the jelly-like, colorful substance that is the universal laws. We pass through this, we pass through the light again on the other side, into the void, into the blackness that is the potential of all. Their breath continuously bringing the divine love of Creator, the life force energy of Creator Source itself, bringing it with us deeper, deeper down, down into the density levels, lower through the void, through the blackness, through the darkness. That is the potential of all that there is, deeper, down further, down through the light, down into our 8th chakra, into where the wisdom lies. And now we enter into the Akashic records. And we call upon our Akashic record guides. We ask for each of us to be shown our individual records. Allow the guides to come forward and show you your record. Some of you may see it, some of you may sense it. At some level you are aware. Do not worry if you don't see anything. Do not worry if there's no thought that comes to your mind. Just be with it. Know that the guides are with us. Know that they have your record, specifically yours. The record that holds all information of your expression from the very moment in the beginning of it all when you decided to start experiencing the expression that you are. That is what is in the Akashic records. That is what is your record. And now we're going to ask the Akashic record guides to show us the healing that the Creator has done for us in our Akashic records. We are asking Creator to co-create with us the healing that the bullet program. We are removing the program that healers are evil. Through your Akashic record, all experiences in your existence that have confirmed this are now being healed, sealed, and completed. The lessons remain, but all the pain, the suffering, and the restriction caused is released. Healers are evil is no longer. We are replacing this program with the program and knowledge that all healing comes from Divine Creator of all that is. We are the witness. Creator does the healing. We are the witness. We are the messenger. But all healing comes from Creator. Download this program into our Akashic records. Big breath. Now we're asking to remove the program. We command for the program to be removed. I must suffer to spiritually evolve. Creator is removing the program. I must suffer to spiritually evolve. All lessons are maintained, but all restriction and wounds in our Akashic record is healed across all planes of existence, all parallel lifetimes, and all densities of existence. Big breath. We are downloading the program. I am a perfect divine expression of creation. I am a perfect divine expression of creation. I am a perfect divine expression of creation. Big breath. It is written in the records. Then we command that the program, I am unworthy of love. I am unworthy of love is now removed, healed, and sealed in the Akashic records. I am unworthy of love. This is removed from the records. It is healed through all time, through all space, through all densities, through all parallel lives. All the lessons remain, but the restrictions and the blocks and the energy have been removed. The new program downloaded is I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. Breathe deep. It is written in the Akashic records, and we thank the Akashic record guides for this healing and witnessing. We close the Akashic records, and now we leave the Hall of Akashic records, and we return to our physical awareness. We come back into the 7th chakra at the crown, down into the 3rd eye, bringing with it this healing, the healing energies that we've received, the new programs from Divine Creator. They come down with us into the 7th, into the 6th chakra. In the 6th chakra, all healing comes from Divine Creator of all that is. I am a witness of Creator's power. I am a perfect divine expression of Creator. I am unconditional love. Download this further through the throat chakra down into the heart chakra. Anchoring it in the heart chakra. All healing comes from Divine Creator of all that is. I am a witness of Creator's power. I am a perfect divine expression of Creator. I am unconditional love. Big breath. And now we come further into our bodies, down through the solar plex, down into the sacral, and down into the root at the base of the spine. Breathe in. Again, all healing comes from Divine Creator of all that is. I am a witness of Creator's power. Okay. I am a perfect divine expression of Creator. I am unconditional love. Breathe deep into your root chakra. Anchoring this healing in these new programs. Clearing the energy channels. And now bring your awareness back to your heart. Breathe deep into your heart. Feel your body. Feel the breath coming in and out of your lungs. We thank the Divine Creator and all of our light family that has been with us today. And we now return our awareness back to the room that we are in, back to our physical bodies and to our physical lives. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room that you're in. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Wiggle your toes, feel your feet on the ground. Roll your shoulders, feel the movement in your body. Bring your awareness back to your body, back to your heart, back to the moment that is now. Take a big deep breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes. If anybody would like to make some notes right now, go ahead. Take a few minutes. I'm going to give you a few minutes to kind of bring yourself back to the moment. Make any notes of any discoveries you had along the way. Remember to breathe deep. Be in this moment. If there's any feelings that have arisen, just let them pass. Just observe them, but don't attach a story to them. Let them continue. Just feel whatever you feel. Be aware. Be the witness, but do not attach. Take deep breath. Be in the present moment. You are here, you are now, you are safe. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope you felt the healing, and I hope you were able to follow around along to whatever base that you were able to. These are some general programs that we have. They're as most of us should know, history has not been kind to healers, particularly spiritual healers, or often known as energy healers, spiritual healers. There's a lot of us that have experienced very negative lifetimes around them. And many of us are very afraid to embrace that power that we are naturally gifted with. So hopefully we have healed that. That is what the intention is to heal that from our past. All those lifetimes of having suffered. Many of us have had throat issues, often arise from being beheaded or hung. Okay, heat often, right? Betrayal, heat from the fires, betrayal from having someone turn us in, right? Times we have not stood in our voice, even though we knew we should. Those are all part of the healing past. That we've actually been afraid to be the healers that we are, afraid to step into the power. It's one of the biggest things that we face right now is the courage to stand in the powerful beings that we are. So that we've asked for that healing now. Creator does the healing. It is through our witnessing that we anchor it into this world. So I hope you enjoyed that very much. All right. That was an example of some of the healing. And as we go through the program, I'll explain what all that was. That is one style of healing. It's one that's very good for doing groups and for doing online. Directing somebody to actually be doing the healing themselves. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat for some reason. So, does anybody have any questions or anything they want to share from the experience? As you notice, I feel a lot calmer. My voice is slowed down. That always happens to me. I get on these calls live and I get so much information and so many things that I'm excited to be doing. I have a tendency to talk quite fast. And then I go through the meditation part and I just slow right down. It always seems to happen. But what this tickle is, I'm not quite sure. All right. So part of the program, you will be learning how to give healing treatments in person, but you'll also be able to heal people from a distance, which, going through the Akashic records to do these healings. And I'll teach you how to do Reiki at that level as well. Especially right now, we're being called to this because we can't be in the groups like we're used to being. Okay, there's a question here that is the healing proportional with our ability or inability to be open to spiritual healing? It is not proportional, but the rate at it vibrates through you can be. So the healing, it's healed in your Akashic record instantly. And it's complete for every one of you, no matter what spiritual level you're at. All of this is removed. It's been healed. The new programs are downloaded at your soul, fifth dimensional Akashic record energy field. When it comes to your physical body, we have anchored these deep into the emotional, mental, and cellular aspects of your body. So we've actually gone in and anchored it right into your physical body. Your awareness and understanding of the process, the more aware and understanding you have of it, the sooner the transition will happen around you. So what happens in spirituality when we do healing is we heal inside first. So we heal at at soul first because it's the lightest density, and then we heal emotional, mental, because that's, a lighter density, and then physical. Physical is the last point that we heal. And then we heal within, and the energy around us shifts. The general rule of thumb is a 3-week window. So this will happen a lot in, one of the best ways I can explain it is actually to use the relationship analogy. So often in spirituality groups, what you'll find is somebody has gone out and they've done some sort of spiritual self-development course. And they've grown, they've healed their heart, they've healed their soul, they are a new being. And then they go home and they expect the entire world around them to be different because they're different. And they are often shocked and disappointed because the people in their life are not treating them any differently. They are behaving and reacting the same way they always have. There's a rule of threes I kind of joke about. There's 3, 3, 3, and 7. Generally, the first 3 days, we're pretty excited, and we hold pretty heavily tight to the new vibration that we've embodied. Then from 3 days to about 3 weeks, that kind of calms down. And our day-to-day life kind of works at us to pull us back into what we previously were. And so we have to work in those 3 weeks to really maintain the new vibration that we are. And if we keep that maintenance of that vibration, that new vibration of who we now are, the world around us will start to change. But it doesn't happen instantly. It takes a while. And it depends on the people that are in our lives. And the more we change, the more they get used to us changing, the faster they kind of keep up with us, right? So you have to allow, so think of it this way. So in a marriage, for example, you've come together at this point. One of you, and you're on the same level. You've fallen in love. Everything's beautiful, right? And then one of you goes out and takes a course or has an experience that evolves them. They change their vibration. They have a new experience. They alter who they were. They are no longer here with who they were with. They're now up here, and the two aren't jiving. And so this person is still doing the same thing and not getting the same reaction. And so they get kind of out of whack, and they kind of go, what? Why aren't they behaving that way? And they can quite often, because especially when they did not choose to do any evolution themselves, they can get a lot of negative energy can surface, and they can become very angry. They can become very emotional. And it's almost, a lot of people will complain, these people who have raised their vibration will complain and say, they're always trying to tear me down. They never let me change. Right? They won't let me evolve. He's always against me. And they see it as a resistance. And what it actually is this other person is working through their stuff by reaction and in working and raising their vibration. And usually it takes anywhere from 3 days to 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months for them to get up into the same vibration. For it to move into a space that is consistent and held at this point, it can take up to 7 months for this to be solid new ground. All right. Usually somewhere in there, somebody will evolve again, and you'll be off center until the next person meets, and then you'll be all happy with each other again until the next one raises again. And that's kind of how relationships work, and that's also how our life works. So we go back into our lives, we feel like we're a new vibration, we expect a new response, but the old world keeps delivering energetically on what we were. So we have to maintain the new level in order for the environment around us to change. Okay? And sometimes the length of time, it's interesting, the length of time between when the new vibration harmonizes with the conditions you live in depends on how big that gap between the two that is created. If you go through a monumental change in your life, it can take a lot longer for the harmony to reestablish itself. Does that make sense? A little bit understanding that process? Okay. Some people move very fast to catch up with you, right? Some people move very quickly to keep up with you. Other people don't. And what actually happens is when you grow, so the people particularly, especially in relationships, this person will either come up and you'll match and you'll be in harmony again until the next move, or you'll be drawn away from each other. And life conditions will happen and they'll move certain people out of your life. And they'll move other people into your life. And they shift around. That's how it works. Okay? But know that this healing is in your body. It's a matter of how big a leap between embodying in your life as to how long it takes to manifest in your life. Okay? So thank you for that question. How to keep the higher vibration now. How to keep the higher vibration. The key is to go into your heart and feel it. Our heart is the most powerful part of our entire being. It is the emotion that we embody that creates our entire environment. So you can think all you want, but if you don't feel it, you won't ever achieve it. It's through our feeling. So to maintain how you feel, to maintain this new level of learning, this new vibration that you want to embody, you take it at least once a day, preferably twice a day. Do a meditation into your heart. Right? Breathe into your heart and concentrate on feeling. Be in the moment. Remind yourself you're safe. You're here, present now, in the moment, and you are safe, and you are loved, and you are now. And you'll do that, you'll anchor that vibration. That's how you maintain that vibration, and actually you just keep raising it when you do that. It's a key to unlocking it. There is a meditation that I've done on the heart. There's 2 locations you can find it. One is in my program. I actually ask you if we're anybody that signs on to do the program with me, I want you to find that. It's under attunements, and it's the heart meditation, and I want you to try and do it every single day, right? From now until I do the attunement with you on Tuesday night. And then, of course, forever after that. And the other place you can find that for anybody who does not decide to do the Akashic Reiki program with me, if you go to my YouTube channel, I believe it is on April 8th video, it's in that video. There's a meditation on the heart. And it's only like a 12-minute video, right? It's not a long one. So, but you can do that, and you can do that meditation every day. All right. There is one of the things I will be doing in the future is a program about the compassionate heart, and it's expanding on that. I will be eventually releasing that as well. It's in my plans down the road. When I do finally get that online, it will be gifted to whoever's in my Reiki program first. And then it'll be put out to the public. That's kind of how I plan on working this stuff as I move forward. Yeah. So anyhow, you can find it on my YouTube channel, and then it's also in the program. So I just wanted to, if there's any other questions, go ahead and put them into the chat if anybody has anything, and if anybody wants to share anything, let me know. Otherwise, I wanted to take a moment and just go over what the course is. All right, I did it. I'll send you out after this. I'll send you out an email that shows you where you can sign up and stuff. But I wanted to go over what the course includes. So I'm just going to read it here for you. You'll be attuned to the Reiki energy. That's on Tuesday night. Multiple meditations to raise your conscious awareness and increase connection with your light family. I'm going to actually take you in, and you're going to meet part of your light family and have that connection cleared. You're going to be attuned to the Akashic records so that you can go in and out of there and understand how to safely go in and out of there and what kind of healing you can do. There'll be an attunement and healing of co-creation alignment with divine source. So you're going to learn how to do that. There are lessons in accessing and healing in the Akashic records for yourself, and healings that you can do for other people, family and friends. Instruction of the complete level 1 Usui Reiki modality. Everything, I've tried to do video and PDF with everything. All right. After we've done this program and I've gotten everything together, at the very end, I'm going to put the manual, all the PDFs together so that it's one manual so that people can download it and have it as a chunk like a book. But right now, the PDFs are all under each lesson. So you can print them out as you go along or just view them online as you go along, whatever you want. But my intention is that at the very end of this, when I've gone through all the flaws and everything else, I'll be putting the complete thing so you can download that. But there is everything, you kind of have to do the videos and the PDFs because there's information in the videos that's not in the PDF and there's the information in the PDFs that are not in the video. Okay, they both go back together. So things come out of me when I talk that don't come out of me when I write and vice versa. So there's PDF files for each of the lessons in the program. There's 5 live group lesson sessions. I actually have 6 booked. I don't know if we'll need the 6th one or not, but we'll probably use it. I'm going to have a private Facebook group so that we can connect as a community and that you can work with each other if you want. And you can send out questions. You can post in there if you guys, whatever you want to do. Like it's our group, right, to interact with. And then there's going to, oh yes, and I'm offering anybody who signs up from tonight, I'm giving away each one of you a 30-minute private coaching session with me. That's a one-on-one social session. And then 1 year, I'm guaranteeing 1 year of access to the monthly support calls, to the program, everything. Again, I have no intentions of ever cutting you off. I'm just covering my own, my own clarity here by saying I have guaranteed it'll be there for a year. I've paid for it. It's done. It's there for a year. I have no intentions of canceling it, but I can only guarantee the year at the moment. And then replay access to all the live sessions and all the monthly support calls. They'll all be put into the program as well so that you can review them. If you miss it, you can review it. Same as this call tonight will be put on my YouTube channel if you want to share it with anybody or if you want to go through any portion of it. And then you can also, so when we finish the program, you can send me an email to let me know you finished. And I will issue 2 certificates at this point. One will be the Akashic Usui Reiki Level 1 Healing and a certificate as Akashic Records Healing Practitioner. So you'll be recognized in both arenas. All right? So that's what the whole course includes. And then I also have a no-risk guarantee, 100% money-back guarantee. If you complete the entire course with me in about 8 weeks, so I'm giving you extra time, right? 8 weeks of purchase, feel that you have not received any value from it, I'll refund your money. So no risk. And then guarantee of full access to the course in Facebook group and support calls for a minimum of 1 year, and lifetime access to the course content, Facebook group and everything, so long as it remains current format online. All right, so that's what I'm offering. And that is my presentation. I'm actually finished a little earlier than I was expecting. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I'm going to send out an email a little bit later. This course, if you go onto my website, if for some reason you don't get my email, if you just go to jenniferquick.com, under the menu, there is an Akashic Reiki. Go into that, and you'll be able to go into the course. And all the information is there, but I'll also send out an email. Okay. All right. If nobody has any questions, that is my presentation for tonight. And I thank you so much for being with me tonight. I hope you got a lot from it. I hope I was able to be clear and explain things to you. If not, well, I'll see you on a support call, or I'll see you in the live chat session and answer more questions, or just email me if there's any questions. I'm happy to chat with you. And thank you.